All right, Twin Flames. Last video I made previous video I made was all about extremely hard news that I received, revelation, and then, basically, I was divinely informed of certain secret that one of the Twin Flame channelers was holding, and then I popped the question to him. I asked him if that was true, even though by 3D there was no such indications whatsoever. I'm not born yesterday. I have been on this planet for a while, and I'm not gullible and easy to trick person. I believe so, and I do have very strong instinct, and um, it's supposed to be you know easy to sometimes see the signs that someone is married or hiding something. Of course, there's cases when it's hard to tell, but by all means, it doesn't matter really. What matters is that it was really not there. Nothing was there, and I personally believe that it wasn't there. That something had switched. That there was a shift in reality, because by all means, that's what it looks like. And I've had reality shifts going on a lot lately. Also, it's something that some of you know as Mandela Effect. Mandela Effect is very possible that it happened too, because why? Because when I looked at Asim's Facebook photos, there was no indications of wife or children or anything like that. Now, after it was revealed to me and after I confronted him and he admitted his secret that he's married, then I am now seeing the photos actually that they do exist on his Facebook. So, and I swear they were not there, because I looked at his Facebook and everything pointed out that he was single, and there was no question about that. The way he acted, the way we met each other, because we met each other, it was my when we met online, it was my I made the contact first. So this is not some guy who's just looking for some adventure, cheating his wife, things like that. That's not the case here. Okay, there's no profile as such. And then also, he's not a middle-aged guy, maybe. And I'm not stereotyping anyone, but it's more likely that maybe middle-aged guy will be like bored and want to talk to someone else besides his wife and stuff like this. No, this is very young man. He's much younger than me. He's not even, like, many guys his age are not even married yet. So this is basically newlywed. So this is very strange. And I made this video last time in this room, and I apologize to many of you for making it in this room, because it was just, I was in a state of shock, and I didn't want to waste any time. I just wanted to make video immediately. And I apologize a lot for filming it in this room, but now I feel actually that it's actually good that I continue talking about Asim in the same environment, in the same room, because I want to tell you what happened after I found out, after I filmed the video for you, the last episode that you watched, what happened next, okay? Well, besides being hurt as hell and being shocked to my core and shook to my core, besides this being worse than being cheated by previous twin flame channeler, okay, and besides knowing that all of this is part of purging and part of, let me put it this way, I told you on just previously to the 12th of December, 12 20 sorry, not 12th of December, 21st of December, the 12/21. I told you guys that I want to shift reality. I told you that night. If you watched the video at 21/12, I told you that I want to shift reality that night, that I want my twin that I heard got married to turn out not to be married. Okay, so we see the opposite scenario here happening with the twin flame channeler. For those of you who are not familiar with my videos, I strictly believe, and I think that you also have that experience, that someone is channeling some other person. In case if you are feminine twin, then some other masculine can channel your twin. There is a person that will come into your life and will tell you things, and you will go through things with them that will be in lieu of your twin flame. They're not, well, maybe someone in the past labeled that as the false twin. Some may say the twin catalyst twin, and those terms are fine as well, but I have a theory that sometimes people will come, interact with you, have a relationship with you, and it's kind of necessary for you to go with the flow and accept these people into your life, because they're like channeling for your twin, for your, I believe there's only one organic twin flame, one organic other side of you, other half of you. But I also believe that we are all one, and that we all come from one, so that we are all interconnected in different ways. And just like we have soul groups and soulmates, there's groups of masculine people that are very similar to your twin flame, and they vibrate on the same kind of, level, but they're more like available to come into your lives for some reason. Universe sends them to your way, so they will learn lessons from you. You will be a catalyst in their life, in their awakening process, and in return they will channel your twin for you. Okay, so if you watched my previous videos, great, thank you, and that makes it easier for me to just continue. So my twin flame on the 12/21st, I wanted to switch the reality and shift the reality of the news that I heard that may or may not be true, that my twin flame got married. And I wanted to switch that reality. And that night, I told you guys that I was off, and I was unconscious for like all day, basically, next day, 22nd. And something did happen. After that, a lot of things are changing in my life. There's a lot of reality shifts going on. So I believe this thing with Asim is a reality shift. Okay, not a denial on my side, like denial, this is too painful to deal with. No, I truly believe it's a reality shift. And here's some reasons why I believe that. Besides that, I asked for a reality shift to happen, and I think that this happening with him instead of my twin flame is so that I can cope with it a little bit easier. It's not easy, but it's a little bit easier than if this was the actual organic twin flame that we were talking about. That would be, I don't know if I could, I'm not sure if I could handle that. That would be just too much. So I'm grateful to universe to providing me this learning process and this purging process and all that. And here's what happened after that day when I made the video and I explained to you that I don't know what to do next. I asked God, universe, creator of universe, Allah, asked for guidance. And like I said, I may leave the mainstream religion per se. I didn't say I will, I said I may, because I was super disappointed. This is not the first person in my religion that disappointed me so badly, from the aspect of lying and being deceiving, and I never met anyone in all these years in Islam that fit the profile of what media represents Muslims at. I never really met anyone so aggressive or talking about, killing other people or attacking other people. I never met anyone, not even remotely being as such. You know, all Muslims I met so far in my life, nobody was really aggressive. I met a lot of aggressive people in my life, but they were not Muslim. And I'm not saying that non-Muslim are aggressive, but I'm just saying that the Muslims I met uh, were never aggressive type of people. I met lazy Muslims. I met lame Muslims. I met very low intelligence or not well educated Muslims. I met closed-minded Muslims and open-minded Muslims and all kinds, but I never met aggressive types. And I don't think you know, that's the case ever. But I met Muslims who are lying and are deceitful, and like one of my friends said recently, but the other men lie too. That's true, but yeah, you could say all men are cheaters, but all men who cheated me were Muslim men. So I'm very disappointed in the moral standards of Muslim men. And I haven't met that many bad Muslim women, really. It's really men. And I really apologize for saying this, but I'm just saying what my experience as female was, and also watching other females, what they go through. There's a lot of immaturity of Muslim males. They're very mature when it comes to responsibilities and moral you know, like keeping promises and things like that. So that's why I'm saying that I said I may have been on a path of leaving the mainstream religion because I'm so disappointed in people. Okay, but like I said in the previous video, I'm even closer to God now. I'm even closer to God with all these experiences because I know they come for a reason, and He has guided me to know the truth behind the veil, behind what was presented to me, and to discover the true reality of things. And so I'm so grateful to God. So I asked God to guide me to know what to do next. And basically I was so shocked that I forgot. Basically, not that I forgot, but just it was not even on the back of my mind to block Asim on social media after he admitted that he was married. I was so mad, I was so angry, but I made the video and I was talking to my other friends in Bosnia and Croatia, and I wanted to do something to revenge on him, to send his photos to his wife, or maybe do something like the human side of me was so angry and so upset that I even forgot to block him, to do anything. I wasn't even I didn't even think that he deserved even that much of my attention anymore. Okay, and then I was asking God to guide me what to do, how to make him pay back for lying, because I'm not so much, well, yeah, I guess I am angry for getting involved with someone, but it's the lying part that is just, I can't stand. It's just, I can't stand lying, guys. It's just I'm so allergic to lies. It's just, and maybe that's the part that I have to learn in this journey of twin flames, to also deal with lies, to accept them as part of life. Okay, so here's what happened. I asked for guidance, and it was the strangest thing ever. You know, what happened was I got the Quran to open in the place where Allah says, you don't, basically I'm just gonna try to comment on the part of the Quran that I opened, and so that you can understand what I was talking about. It basically said that I must not worry about the deed of the other person, of the action of the other person, that I have to take care of my actions. And that's perfectly logical, right? But then it said that I made the promise to that person to come, to meet them, and eventually to marry them in spring. And basically what it said there is, you keep your end of the promise. You go ahead with with your plan, with your promise, what you promised that person. He asked you to come and eventually marry him and meet and and be together and get married. So you said yes, that you will come, and so go ahead and keep your end of the promise. When I read that, you can just imagine my reaction was, no, 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 God, no, please, no, 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 no. This, I'm hurting, I'm crying, I'm broken up. I've had enough of people lying to me. I've had enough. This is the bottom of the bottoms. I can't. Don't ask me to do that, God. Don't ask me to do that. And it doesn't make any sense. This guy's married, so how can I? I mean, it's not even possible. Because, one thing is, if you promise someone and they're not married and there's something else that came up and now you're angry with them, but God tells you keep your end of the promise. But this guy is married, so what can I do? What can I do to keep my end of the promise? Okay? But after I thought about it, I felt little by little, I felt that maybe that was my revenge. Like, I will just, maybe it will be some kind of a game to play if I contact this person and tell him, you know what, it's fine, I will go with with that, I will still do my part. And that gave me a little bit of courage to actually, as crazy as it sounded, to say something like that to him if he ever contacts me again. Okay. And to my surprise, and obviously that's something that God already knew was going to happen, he contacted me, I guess, several hours later. Maybe he went through some process of, of state of shock too, because that's what he told me later on the phone. He said that he was so much in pain, he was crying so much that I found out, but also he was relieved in some sense that I found out, because the whole time he was waiting for me to maybe ask him something, about that. But of course, how can you ask someone about that when from the day one when you met them they're single? That's how you met. That's what I'm talking about. Reality shift. It doesn't make any sense. So anyways, he said that he saw my social media was still open for him. I didn't block him, and that, he said, that broke his heart, because he realized that I didn't even block him. That shocked him even more, because everybody knows that he deserved to be blocked and removed from my life forever. And I told him later, I didn't even realize I didn't block you. I didn't even have time for that. I was so much in pain, and and everything, that I don't even remember what, I don't think I even touched my phone after that, after I made the video. I wasn't even looking at my phone. It was least on my mind. Anyways, his first reaction back to me was, and I will post that on the screen. I'm gonna post that on the screen right now. And I just want to remind you, if you look at this, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It may seem cheesy to you, but remember that when I communicate with this person, when I talk to this person, when I chat with this person, when we write, we don't do it in English. We do it in our native language. We never communicate in English, okay? I told you about Amin speaking in English with me, and later it turns out he doesn't speak in English. So that was the weirdest part ever of channeling, okay? And then Asim here is sending me, his first reaction is in English. He knows English is my second language, so there is no need for him to tell me I love you in English. He could have said it in our native language. For some reason, and the reason is channeling. So that's what I want to say here. This is twin flame channeled through the other masculine. Okay, that's basically what's going on. That's basically, and the whole situation is to learn the twin flame lesson. And so all of you out there whose twin flame is married, has kids, you have to remember they love you. And this is even more confirmed to me because the last couple of weeks, everywhere I went, I've seen the words I love you. Everywhere. And I'm not talking about Valentine's Day coming close or anything like that. It was just from the most unusual places that this phrase would come up. It's the cheesiest phrase in the world, but I love you is what your twin flame is trying to tell you right now, no matter who the karmic is. All right. So this guy, Asim, he's obviously dealing with the karmic, and I already decided to go with the craziest idea that I've ever heard, but this idea came from God, to actually go ahead and keep my end of the promise. So after he wrote this, and a little bit more later, because then he said, I do, and when I tell you what he wrote, I want you to keep in mind that this is also your twin flame channeling to you. The message is for you as well. I'm not kidding. So what he said after that is, yes, I did fall in love with you, and it hurts like hell, and I was afraid. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you, but I was so afraid to lose you if you find out. And I don't know why it took me so long to tell you. Okay, so next thing is I receive a message from him, like a text message, like a longer message, like he wrote a longer paragraph, and I didn't want to look at it because it would change my mind about what I had to write. And I had to write that I will go ahead with my part of the promise. And I will tell him that it was God who guided me. I'm not going to lie to him. And then see what he's going to say. Because basically, I'm just going with the God's idea on what to do next. And as crazy as it sounded to me, I was ready to go ahead with that. So I didn't want to read his paragraph, what he wrote next. Instead, I just wrote to him and I said, I'm not going to read what's on top of this, like before my message, what you wrote to me. I'm going to read that later. I just want to tell you what I've decided to do. And I've decided that I will come in May and I will meet you. And I met you as a bachelor. And so I promised to marry you. So hopefully you will be bachelor by May. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is that moment when you have to pull all your strength and actually be willing to tell your twin flame to get rid of the karmic, no matter what. Because look at it this way, guys. If this person, let's say if it was not shift of reality, it was a shift of reality from my point of view, from my perspective. But let's say in his reality, this karmic did exist. He got married, I don't know, in 2013, 12 or something. And now he met someone like me and he got this strong connection with me. Like I said, I'm his catalyst, his discovery of what the love can be and how strong connection between two people can be, and he's discovering this through me as his catalyst. I'm just asking you guys one question. If this person was really happy in their marriage, if they really loved their wife, if their marriage was a bliss, would they really, if they really love that other person, that karmic partner, would they ever even think about even starting a chat with someone online, just even like initial chat? Because I gotta remind you, this is a religious person. Again, I'm saying he's not some bad boy who goes around and just chats with girls or whatever all day long. So, and he's very busy too. He's very, very hardworking, very busy guy. So it doesn't make sense that he would just go ahead, and it's not like he was having a intention to go ahead and I'm just gonna go and chat with other girls and cheat on my wife. No, this is not the kind of guy, right? So it pops the question why this person even started talking to me. Obviously, that is his karmic partner, and obviously it's someone he needs to get away from, just like our organic twin needs to get away from their karmic. Okay, just like we had to get away from our karmic. I'm out of my karmic relationship, and I've been in the karmic relationship, and I know what it is like. It's like a prison. It's like it's like spiritual, emotional, physical prison. Okay, so this guy, since he's a Muslim, okay, now he has a crazy idea. When I send him a message that I will go ahead and keep my end of the promise, okay, then I read his message that was top of mind, right? Before I sent mine, I said I'm not gonna read yours. I'm gonna send you this first before I change my mind. Then I'm gonna read yours. When I read his message, it was almost identical to mine because he said, I still want you to come and please forgive me, but I still haven't changed my mind at all about you being my wife. And his idea is basically that he should have two wives, and that's illegal. And that's out of question, of course. But for his sake, not only that it's out of question for me, but it's out of question for his sake, because he's still not realized that he's in deeply in the karmic relationship, and the reason he bet me is to catalyze him and get him and get him out of there. He may not end up with me at the end, but he needs to get out of that no matter what it is, because divorce is not divorce may be a taboo, but divorce can be blessing in disguise. That's the thing we learn that we are learning here. That's what your twin needs to learn. Okay, basically, and then he went to such an effort. You guys are not gonna believe this. He went to such an effort to actually record his current wife, his karmic partner, his karmic wife, on the video. I didn't see her face though. I heard her because I don't think I can handle that. But he spoke with her, and she said that it would be okay with her. That's the craziest part. He went to such trouble of actually telling her about me and asking her to say that it would be okay for her to have me come in, and she told him it's okay, just not, we cannot be in the same household. And I can't just laugh at that or cry about that. I told him immediately it's out of question. It's none of my business what she agrees to or not. I don't agree to that. I didn't meet a married guy. I met a bachelor, and I am willing to come and marry you, maybe wait for you to get divorced, but I will not marry someone who's already married. It's out of question. Now, because we connected on astral level, and we connected telepathically through our chakras, and our connection is very strong. Now I can feel when he has intercourse with his wife, and that's another problem. And I told him, I know exactly when you have intercourse with your wife, because I can feel sharp pain in the root chakra. It's a pain that is not related to any physical ailment or pain or anything like that. It's just a sharp sensation, very uncomfortable. And I told him, I can tell you exact time of hour when that happens. Now he's starting to sleep on the couch, and that's not fair. Like one of my friends said recently, that's not fair. That is not even legal in our religion to do to another person, while divorce is very fair and very legal and very possible. And again, I'm saying this, if the person was in a good and steady and strong relationship, it wouldn't even be at the end of their mind to even think about doing something behind their back if they really love them. Okay, so being released from such karmic relationship is good for not just this masculine but for that feminine as well, because just think about that, that person also has, she has her twin flame somewhere out there, or her best match soulmate, and she's stuck in this marriage where she's being lied to, the where he, what about her? Because I don't want to put too much emphasis on her when I'm talking to him. I don't even want to talk about the other person to him, but I did think about it, and it's not, it's very unfair what he has done to that person, much more unfair than what he has done to me, yet she is okay immediately to accept. And that's not just religious, you may say maybe she's religious freak, brainwashed or something like that. No, I think it's less than it's more of, I don't care. You're a provider, you make money, you bring money home, you feed the mouth, and so I'm okay. You know, do whatever you want. That's the karmic energy. That's what all of your twin flames are going through with their karmic. Those karmics are in it for money. And let's talk about my organic twin flame. Those girls that when he became well done, with the money and cars and muscle cars and house and all that, then suddenly he was surrounded by a bunch of girls like that, and one of them is like the one that got under his skin. So those are karmics. Those are people who, even if they're just simple housewife type, she's still in it just for the rent, for the free rent. So think about it. That's why I'm gonna cut this video short right here, because I want you to think about that. What kind of emotional prison your twin flame is when they're in their karmic relationship. And this guy, this channeler Asim, is proving that point right here, right now, that he's still in idea of wanting to get out of that. Maybe he doesn't love me that much. Maybe, well, of course, if he's channeling my twin, then that energy is flowing through him and he feels love for me. And I understand that. But deep down, he wants to get out of that relationship. That's the point why he even paid attention to me in the first place. Why he even started talking to me and found more things in common with me than with his karmic partner. Because if his karmic partner was not karmic, but actual soulmate, twin flame person he was supposed to end up with, then the whole thing would not have happened. Okay, so that's the message for tonight. Your twin flame, if they're in karmic relationship, they are in deep trouble, and maybe you think that you're the one suffering. Yes, you are, of course, because you have to wait for them, and you cry, and you may feel just like I feel when they're having intercourse with their karmic, and it's just energetically painful, energetically this destructive and bad. But on the other hand, you have to understand that they're crying out for help in there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to wrap up with. I'm going to keep you posted what's going on with Asim next and what am I going to do about that. But that's it. I love you guys, and I want to thank all of the new subscribers and all of my loyal subscribers. I love you so much, guys. I'll keep you posted. I just wanted to kind of get you to think about this specific topic right now, and I apologize if there are some things right now that are hard to digest on your part, maybe on my actions, things like that. Like I said in the beginning of this journey, I'm just going with the flow, and I didn't cause these events to happen as they're happening, and I'm going with just like what I'm guided to do. It's even strange to me. If you think I'm doing something strange, or why did I even connect with that person again, it's more strange to me than it is to you. Trust me, it's just that I am going with the flow, and I trust I trust, Creator, that in the end this will all turn out to be great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And put some comments below. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Forgive me for adding just additional note to this video. I just remember what this channeler has brought as a message to you from your twin flames, from your masculines. First time we spoke again on the phone, and I let him say his truth. He said, I'm so sorry that I fell in love with you and that I lied and that I hid the truth from you. I was afraid to lose you, but I do love you more than anything that exists in this world. You are my world. And then he said something that only twin flame could say, that I couldn't believe he said those exact words. And this is a simple construction guy, so I can't believe he said something so amazing. He said, when I think of you, the way I feel you is as if the whole world blasted in flames and it was gone and then it didn't exist anymore. The way I feel you is as if it was just me and you alone in the whole atmosphere, in the whole universe. Just me and you floating in the air, and there was nothing else left. And I love you more than my wife, more than my mother, more than anything I've ever loved in this world. So I know that's a message from your twin flames to you. Please take it, and I'll keep you posted with new channeling and new messages.